So Donald Trump has been hit with a lot of indictments recently, but this is the first president that has been hit with a Rico charge, most recently by Fani Willis, which is the DA for Fulton County, Georgia. And it came after statements he made and ads that he ran that were just accusing her of sleeping with a head of a gang member. This is what he had to say.
Trump is lashing out at her as his fourth indictment looms.
They say there's a young woman, a young racist in Atlanta. She's a racist. And they say that she was after a certain gang and she ended up having an affair with the head of the gang or a gang member. And this is a person that wants to indict me. She's got a lot of problems, but she wants to indict me to try and run for some other office.
Biden's newest lackey, Atlanta DA, Fani Willis. So corrupt, Willis got caught hiding a relationship with a gang member she was prosecuting.
Again, bogus, baseless, and completely untrue. Moments ago, NBC obtained an email sent from Fani Willis to her staff responding to the Trump ad. She slammed the ad as derogatory and false and urges her staff to remain focused.
And so these rumors came because she was prosecuting the YSL crew and Young Thug and all of them so fervently. They were saying that she was doing that because she was had a relationship with the rival gang that they had been beefing with. And there's been no proof to substantiate any of these claims. But like they say, the lie is more entertaining than the truth. And although there's been no proof that this happened, people have ran with the rumor a lot, and we don't know if it's true or not. But the thing is, all this time has went past and there's been no proof, but yet you still have people like Trump who are running ad smear campaigns on her because she's trying to prosecute him for the dirtiness that he did in the election. And this is what she was prosecuting for.
A Fulton County grand jury returned a true bill of indictment, charging 19 individuals with violations of Georgia law arising from a criminal conspiracy to overturn the results of the 2020 presidential election in this state. The indictment includes 41 felony counts and is 97 pages long. Please remember that everyone charged in this bill of indictment is presumed innocent. Specifically, the indictment brings felony charges against Donald John Trump, Rudolph William Louis Giuliani.
She goes on to name 17 more people that were in this RICO charge.
Every individual charged in the indictment is charged with one count of violating Georgia's Racketeer, Influenced, and Corrupt Organizations Act through participation in a criminal enterprise in Fulton County, Georgia, and elsewhere to accomplish the illegal goal of allowing Donald J. Trump to seize the presidential term of office beginning on January 20th, 21. Georgia, like every state, has laws that allow those who believe that results of an election are wrong, whether because of intentional wrongdoing or unintentional error, to challenge those results in our state courts. The indictment alleges that rather than abide by Georgia's legal process for election challenges, the defendants engaged in a criminal racketeering enterprise to overturn Georgia's presidential election result. Subsequent to the indictment, as is the normal process in Georgia law, the grand jury issued arrest warrants for those who are charged. I am giving the defendants the opportunity to voluntarily surrender no later than noon on Friday, the 25th day of August, 2023. I remind everyone here that an indictment is only a series of allegations based on a grand jury's determination of probable cause to support the charges. It is now the duty of my office to prove these charges in the indictment beyond a reasonable doubt at trial.
So that was the shortened version of her speech. I think speech was like 10, 12 minutes long or something like that. But she's giving them until the 25th for them to come in and put out arrest warrants or whatever, for them to come in. And I believe they probably will be in and out or whatever like that to get the trial process started or whatever. But I'm just going to say I don't believe none of this until it happens. Until Trump is in jail doing some time for something that he was charged for, then I don't believe they're going to lock him up. You know what I'm saying? It's been too many. Like she says, all these indictments are allegations, and then they have to be proven in a court of law and trial or whatever, whichever way that this goes. But has he done things wrong? Yeah, of course. But I just don't believe that. I just believe that it's so many loopholes that you have to go to actually prosecute a president and then, put them in jail. There's so many loopholes and ways that they can get out of it that I don't actually believe it'll happen. But what he's being accused of is fervently trying to make them change the number of votes after he just wouldn't accept that he lost the election. You know what I'm saying? And so certain key places, like she says, he did so in Georgia and in other places as well. But yeah, he didn't want to believe he lost the election, cried like a baby, and then they got together as a crew and started to forcibly try to make people find votes or whatever it is that they were trying to do. Not to mention the January 6th riot that he incited, but they haven't given him any, I haven't heard about that. We've heard different indictments and different counts of this and different counts of that. But like I say, it's so many loopholes that you have to jump through because of the seriousness of accusing a president of something like this, even though we sat here and watched it play out in real life. But to actually have them press forward and try him and have him locked up for these things is a whole nother subject. Like, as you can see, he's on the campaign trail like they ain't even talking about him. You know what I'm saying? And I see why. Because it seems to be all talk. It seems to be a lot of talk and no action. But this is the first time I see maybe some action is fervently being pushed forward, because she said y'all got to the 25th to come on in. And I want to see if they're going to stick to their word on that. Like, if they don't come in, are you going to get them? Are you going to make them come in? What's happening? But I want to see the reality of what is being pressed upon here, because we do know he cried and acted like a baby, like he didn't lose the election, where it's being alleged that he forcibly was trying to make people find votes to make it go back in his favor. And then I don't know how many other indictments it is, but we sat and watched him start a riot or incite a riot with the January 6th folks, and to me that was even more egregious than the votes. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, what president would do this? And I just imagine if it had been Obama that had done this, I mean, he would be, I can't even imagine how they would have moved forward in prosecuting him if it had been a black man, and let's say some black thing happened and he incited a bunch of black folks to go down to the Capitol and ransack it. Like, I just have a hard time believing that it would have went the way that it went. I believe a lot of blood would have been shed, but I believe he would have been already locked up. You know what I'm saying? So it's just a lot to do with that whole situation. But she says that they got to the 25th to come on in, and I'm gonna see if it actually happens and how the process plays out, because I'm interested in wondering how this will go. But this is the first Rico charge that has been placed on a president, and it's sad. It's sad that it's happening, but we here, and if he was doing dirty, then you should have to answer for it. I just don't personally believe he's gonna answer for it in the end. Inevitably, I don't think they really gonna lock him up, but I would like to be pleasantly surprised. But let's find out. It's your boy P Cap. Let me know what you think, what you don't think. Get at your boy.